And I went, look, I just want to say this has been a great run. No hard feelings. I love you. And they were like, wait, are you leaving? And I went, no, are you firing me? And they went, no. And I went, oh. And they went, we're pitching you a TV show.
I know that we can't talk too much about the show. I don't want to spoil it too much. So I'm dying to know about the lead up to this series. At what point in your career of playing Scarlet Witch did Marvel Studios tell you, we want to do this series? Was it before Vision's death in Avengers Infinity War?
It was right after. Yeah, it was right after Infinity War came out. We had finished Infinity War and we hadn't yet gone back to finish Endgame, I think. So it was kind of this in-between moment of when we filmed them together. And Kevin had the idea, like he had come up with it, and Jack Schaefer executed it beyond. But Feige was like, Vision in the Suburbs mashup with like Wanda and Vision with their family in suburbia.
In terms of that sitcom acting, what is something that you and Paul were really especially excited to get to do with that sitcom style acting performance?
We both loved the moments where we could be in like synchronized with whatever it is. I think that is just stuff that like we don't get to do maybe in some farce or something in a theater that maybe one day we'll be able to do, but it was so unique to as an actor to get to play up those kinds of moments. And sometimes we would be like, that was too much, right? That was too much. And then Matt would want us to go further.
What was that energy like, the live studio audiences? It's fascinating that you guys did that. What was that energy like?
It was strange for me because you don't play to the audience, you play to the camera. And I felt the need to play for the audience because they were laughing and they were there. And so it was a strange thing for my brain. I don't know if you can hear, there's a child screaming out my window. I'm sorry. It was so fun to have that laugh, that honest laugh track from a lot of Marvel fans.
So earlier I talked to Elizabeth. She said that she did not hear about the WandaVision series until after you guys had done Avengers Infinity War and Vision died. Is that the same for you? Is that the timeline for when you heard about the show?
Oh, that's 100% right. Yeah, I got a phone call from Kevin and Feige, and Kevin Feige said, I need to speak to you. Can you come into the office and talk to me and Lewis? I went, yes, I can. And I was convinced that they were going to fire me. And so I went in, and I didn't want it to be difficult. So I went in and I went, look, I just want to say this has been a great run. No hard feelings. I love you. And they were like, wait, are you leaving? And I went, no, are you firing me? And they went, no. And I went, oh. And they went, we're pitching you a TV show. And that was kind of how it went down.
What new side of Vision are fans going to get to see in the TV show other than the fact that, you're alive again?
There are many new sides to Vision. Dick Van Dyke side to Vision. There's a kind of Bryan Cranston side to Vision. There's...
We're going to see him break bad? That's amazing. That's great.
No, you're going to see more Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Okay, great. Has there been any talk of your wife, Jennifer, upgrading from voicing an AI in Spider-Man to playing a walking, talking robot in the MCU, just like you did from Jarvis to Vision?
Not yet, but you can get it done. You need to talk about it.
Okay, I'll tweet at Kevin Feige. I will absolutely try to get that.
You got to make that happen.
You are known for stealing the show in the funniest movies ever made, and now your character is a scene stealer in WandaVision. The sitcom-style acting, was that difficult for you? Did it come naturally? Did you have to do a lot of prep?
I mean, sitcom style is a different, that's its own bird, but then to do sitcom style in these particular time periods was really its own, was a whole other thing. Like we did a sitcom boot camp together, which was kind of amazing, the cast. And for me, the hardest part was like the discipline that it took to like not wink, because we didn't want to satirize or parody it. Mm-hmm. Parody it. Like we wanted to like really get inside, actually just like get inside of it more so than be on the outside. And I think that was the hardest. For me, who loves to improvise, that was difficult.
Hypothetically, so I'm not going to get in trouble. If there were an opportunity to play Olivia Octavius, Dr. Octopus, in live action, would you take that chance?
Oh my God. I mean, that would be so fun.
Okay, great. So you're in the next Spider-Man movie. Confirmed. Great. Thank you so much.
You cast it? Hector, I had no idea.
Fans are speculating about WandaVision that your character Agnes may or may not be based on Agatha Harkness, who is a witch mentor to Wanda in the comics. What are you, Kathryn, most excited for Marvel fans to get to see from your character in this show?
I'm most excited for people to just like go along the ride. Like the first 3 episodes, like, you know, as what I think you've seen, or the first 2, which I think are the ones that are going to be premiering first, you know, they are so honed in and so particular to the 50s and to those eras. But yet in that comfortable formula of like setup, misunderstanding, resolve, like end, like in that comfortable laughter, there's something roiling and pressure. Anyway, let's just suffice to say it's multi-layered. And so I'm just excited for all the fans to see what happens to all the humans that are and non that are involved in this.
So I've got my Monica Rambeau action figure right there.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. I love this character, Teyonah. I love Monica, and I'm so excited to get to talk to you about this. Saw the first 3 episodes. They sent us WandaVision, and it was amazing. And I'm not going to pull any punches right off the bat. First question, Teyonah. Do you prefer the superhero name Pulsar, Photon, or Captain Marvel?
No comment. No comment. They're all dope, and she's a badass in all when she holds any of those titles. So, no comment.
Perfect answer. So I am such a big fan of the character from the comic books. I love your depiction of this character from what I've seen so far. What's the likelihood that we will get to see Monica someday lead the Avengers like she does in the comics? What do you think?
I don't know. You have to ask Kevin for that one. I have no clue. But what I do know is it's been really exciting to use the comic books as my source material of who is Monica today. And then for WandaVision to essentially be her origin story into the MCU is like, we're going to reveal some things and it all will evolve over the course of the series. So
when we first meet Monica, it is not like normally meeting a character in the MCU. It's very different. The scenario is very, very different, very unique. What is something that you were really excited to get to do with your classic sitcom style acting? What's something that you were excited to do with that?
Just being able to have that kind of flair and fun, and it's so stylized and walking that line of like, hey Matt, is this too much? Is this not enough? Am I in the groove or am I over it? That was really fun to try to navigate that balance.
Yeah, everybody's saying on the cast that Matt keeps going, no, more. Is that the experience?
Yes, and I actually did get one of like, okay, you know, so I went for it, you know, but for the most part, yeah, Matt was like, you like do more, you can do more, because I think we're all just so used to that very different, I should say, more quiet, not quiet, dropped in a different way sort of acting. And it's just, to be true to each decade, you really had to come up outside of what you're normally used to doing.
Wanda is set to become a major part of the future of the MCU. What is something that you're really looking forward to from playing her beyond WandaVision?
I think what's always fun is, specifically now since WandaVision got to explore so much, is how to continue to surprise myself with the character. And then therefore, hopefully it would surprise our audience. And so I'm always trying to figure out her perspective and what have I not been able to share as a piece of her. And so that's what is always fun for me.
That's awesome. I love the character. I love the show. Elizabeth, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.